With Arch-Tempered Radar being released, Wild's Title Update 1 is likely nearing its conclusion. But was it good? I'll be going over the additions to Wilds, specifically during the
Blossomdance
festival. Look at the hunts, the sets, and their impact on set building. Mizutsune caused the first uproar. After tons of complaints about the difficulty of Wilds, Tempered Mizu was quickly making a name for itself, one-shotting hunters left, right, and center. The fight itself is very much in line with previous Mizu iterations, with the exception of its secondary and rage-esque mode, which I'll be calling Sans. Sans now burns you. Mizu's weapon introduced Slicked Blade, which is an interesting, albeit extremely conditional affinity granting skill, which is supposed to work well with its set bonus Bubbly Dance. While Bubble Blighted, it increases affinity by 7 per level, and by an additional 3 per level if you are moist. The Mizu set itself otherwise has very limited things to offer, depending on weapon type. So Shia finally becomes repeatable and boasts near Fatalis levels of health. Hold up. Why is it an ally file? So Shia finally becomes repeatable and boasts near Fatalis levels of health. It still dies in anywhere from 4 to 10 minutes, assuming any amount of attention is given. It's been given multiple moves, such as Fatty and Pull Fire Puke, Geismagorm's Crawl and Area Denial, Elatrion's Lightning Lines, and Fatalis Phase 3 Fireballs. That's where the trouble began. Those fireballs. Those damn fireballs. Its weapons boast very passable stats in all departments, and it comes with White Flame 1, a blast clone that interacts with Scorcher. Badly. It said it's the first time in a little forever that I'd call a reasonable choice if you hard insisted on wearing full sets. The chest piece in particular is likely to be the new metric by which efficiency is measured. Nothing up until this point can even remotely compete. Festivals are a returning concept from World, and about equally well received. The newly added hub looks pretty, for those with strong enough machines to render it properly, and all previous event quests are available for its duration, including some new ones. In true Capcom fashion, these are not without their flaws. An associated set was released too, which ported over yet another Frontier-esque skill mechanic. Gain bonuses during specific real-life timeframes. In this case during
Blossomdance!
Luckily, the skills on it are so abysmal that it had no measurable impact. The precedent this set is worrying amongst set theory enjoyers. During the festival, the diva now sings the Hunter's Mark before she sings her actual song, which is totally not the Skyrim theme by the way. The last big addition was Arc-Tempered Ray. The fight is pretty much your standard run-of-the-mill radar hunt, except with nigh permanent aftershock explosions. Thunderblight and stuns galore. Somehow it's neither immune to flashpots nor traps. The former is surprising given the extra amount of time it tends to spend in the air. The latter is just another one of those decisions. He mostly has the same moves, but strings them together differently. The wing drag can now be followed up by multiple smaller explosions, and lead into a slam for example. Additionally, he got a second big nuke, which is angled far more downward, which propels him into the air where he can follow with different strings. If not for the constant AoEs and immense airtime, one might accidentally have fun with this hunt. The set, meanwhile, introduced an Arc-Tempered Apex group skill in Guts, which serves as a percent source of raw until its former primary function is used, surviving a lethal hit. Latent power seems reasonably good, considering it only needs half of core's uptime to technically be equally strong. This opens up other avenues for sets to go, and may have lasting impacts on the meta. If your hunts last long enough, or you get hit enough to make use of it. The otherwise efficient looking chest has to compete with Zoe. For short hunts, the helmet cannot replace gore for its laughable but somehow still relevant 4-piece bonus. So, is Wiles good now? Well, Mizu somehow lost its main audio track, so is a reasonably fun and challenging hunt if you gimp yourself enough to make it so. Set building decisions still largely don't matter, as there are still not enough interesting or playstyle changing skills. The festival sets are a scary precedent for any guide writer worth their salt. AT Ray is not everything challenge seekers hoped it to be. After several announcements to varying degrees of translation regarding cheaters, some cheated times were actually removed from the leaderboards, by deleting every hunt faster than 90 seconds. Some of those were later reinstated. Arena leaderboards remained unaffected, as did many of the obviously tampered hunts lower than 90 seconds. The targeting of the casual market is the financially smart decision. The competence at display is bewildering, while it still sucks. Feedback is welcome in the comments, subscribe to watch it get implemented. Special thanks to .execute, who provided the Fatalis clips, and Pinky for providing the Electron footage.